Friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today, here in this video lecture, I am going to discuss with you about another most important South Asian writer whose name is Zadie Smith. So, here in this video lecture, I am going to discuss with you about some important facts related to her novels as well as awards received by her after publishing different kinds of novels during her lifetime. Now, I am beginning with this video lecture by telling you her birth year as well as birth name. So, she was born on 25th October 1975 and her birth name was not Zadie Smith but actually it was Sadie Smith, and when she turned out 14 she tried to change her name from Sadie to Zadie, and intention behind changing her name was not clear from the sources from where I received this particular information and mentioned here in this slide. Now, I am telling you events which revolves around her year wise. So I am talking about this particular writer, South Asian writer Zadie Smith, by giving you information year wise. So in the year 2000 she marked or entered into this writing career by publishing a novel, that is White Teeth. This particular novel was considered as a masterpiece and received much appraisal as well as appreciation by most of the critics, and also when it got published it became bestseller and won numerous awards. So in the year 2002 this particular novel or story of this particular novel was also adopted into television series. Now I am making you count several kinds of awards this novel received. So this particular novel was considered her first novel and it continuously received numerous kinds of award one after another. So here you can match the success, the kind of success that she received during her lifetime, and her first novel, which was considered as a mark of beginning in this writing career, this novel also received immense success. So you can assess her future success too, that she how much rewards as well as awards and other kinds of achievement she achieved during her lifetime. So now I am making you count how much rewards or how many awards she received after publishing this particular novel, that is White Teeth. So she received James State Black Memorial Prize, then Betty Trask Award, then Guardian First Book Award, then Commonwealth Writers First Book Award, and also her name got appeared in Times magazine also. And later we see that she was considered as 100, her novel, this particular novel, that is White Teeth, was considered as 100 best English language novels from the year span of 1923 till 2005. So I am making another video lecture on this particular novel, that is The White Teeth. So in which I am describing about this particular work in a very detailed manner, and also it is very important from UGC net point of view. Now I am discussing about her second novel. So this particular novel was The Autograph Men, published by her in the year 2000, and this particular novel received commercial success in the sense means that this copy of this particular several copies of this particular novel got sold in the market. So that is why in this manner this particular novel received commercial success and received award, that is Jewish Quarterly Wingate Literary Prize. And we also I have found from the sources that this particular novel was not well received or not received equal to White Teeth by critics. So this novel cannot match up with the novel that was published by her at the start of the career, that is The White Teeth. So this novel is no match to the novel that was published by her in the at the start of her career, that is White Teeth. Then another novel published by her was on Beauty. This particular novel was published by her in the year 2005, and setting of this particular novel revolves around in and around Greater Boston. So this particular place situated in London, and also this particular novel acclaim received more acclaim than the novel that is The Autograph Men. So this particular novel received more praise as well as appreciation by critics, and it holds more importance than the former novel that is The Autograph Men. So On Beauty holds much importance, and it received Orange Prize for Fiction in the year 2006, and another award, Commonwealth Writers Best Book Award. And also this particular novel was shortlisted in Man Booker Prize. So you can see the appraisal as well as achievement she received after publishing different kinds of novel, how much she is successful during her lifetime. And then next work, so in the year 2005 she published short story collection that was Martha and Henville. So actually this is a kind of book which pairs two short stories all together and talks about two troubled characters. So, and it was published in Grantha magazine as well as New Yorker magazine, that is a London based magazine. And now I am explaining about this short story. So, first short story revolves around Martha, and also this short story Martha deals with themes of race as well as post colonial identity. And another short story that is Henwell in Hell is about a man struggling to cope with the death of his wife. So, Henwell in Hell is about a man who is struggling in this world to cope with the death of his wife. So, this particular short story is all about this, and first story deals with major themes of racism as well as post-colonial identity. Then in the year 2012 she published another novel that is NW. Please remember this, that this particular is a work that is a novel. So setting of this particular novel revolves around Kilburn area. Kilburn area is situated in northwest London, and this title of this particular novel is a reference to local postcode which was situated in London. So, by publishing Zadie Smith, by publishing this particular novel that is NW, she referred local postcode NW6, and after choosing this particular local postcode NW6, she chose title of her own novel that is NW. So on the basis of local postcode NW6, which is a local postcode of area where she lives, so by gaining inspiration from this local postcode, she decided to choose her novel's title based upon this particular code. Then this particular novel also got shortlisted for Royal Society of Literature Odanji Prize, and another award this particular novel received was that of Women's Prize for Fiction. So she received two awards after publishing this particular novel. First one is this particular work was shortlisted for Royal Society of Literature Odanji Prize, then also got Women Prize for Fiction. Then I came to know about this particular novel from the sources that this particular novel was a story of this particular novel also made into a BBC film which was directed by Saul Deeb and adapted by Rachel Bennett, and starring three actors whose names are Nikki, Amuka Bird and Phoebe Fox. So these are the correct actors who are performing their roles in this BBC film. based upon this particular novel, that is NW. Then, so in the year 2015, Zadie Smith and her husband Nick Laird writing screenplay for a science fiction which to be directed by French filmmaker Claire Denis. Please remember this. This is considered important fact regarding Zadie Smith's work. So Zadie Smith as well as her husband all together they wrote a screenplay for a science fiction which to be directed by most famous French filmmaker whose name is Claire Denis. Then in the year 2016 she again published her fifth novel, that is Swing Time. This particular novel was considered as her fifth novel, and this novel also received long listed and appeared as long listed for Men Booker Prize in the year 2017. And this particular novel drew inspiration from Smith's childhood love of tap dancing, and this novel received or appeared in the list of Men Booker Prize in the year 2017. Then in the year 2019 she published on 8 October 2019 her first collection of short stories, that is Grand Union. Please remember this. And she was also a contributor to Margaret Busby's anthology, that is New Daughters of Africa. So she again made her contribution in Margaret Busby's anthology, that is New Daughters of Africa. Then and in the year 2020 she published 6 essays in collection entitled Intimations. Please remember this. She published her 6 essays in a collection which is Intimations. Then in the year 2021 she made her so in the year 2021 she published her first play, that is The Wife of Willisden Tale, and this particular work was considered as debut first play, because she during her lifetime only published novels, so it was her first time when she published this particular play, and this particular play was published by her for the first time. That is why this play was considered as her debut play. Then I am talking about which this particular work, that is The Wife of Willisden Tale. So I am describing about this play in a detailed manner. So here Zadie Smith is trying to recall events of Wife of Bath's tale by replacing original characters with fictional ones. So let me tell you about this particular play in a detailed manner. It is a tale which is set in 17th century Jamaica, and here Zadie Smith is trying to adapt the Wife of Bath's tale and recalling original events by creating fictional characters, and also she is trying to translate Chaucer into contemporary English at Oxford, and she is replacing Pilgrimage of Canterbury Tales, which is mentioned in Canterbury Tales, by again presenting a fictional place in front of the readers, that is pub crawl. So she replaces Pilgrimage with a pub crawl which is set in contemporary London, with the Wife of Bath becoming Elvita. So in Canterbury Tales there is a character whose name is Alison, who is described as Wife of Bath, but here this particular character, that is Wife of Bath, is replaced with Elvita, who is Jamaican born British woman in her mid 50s, and she tries to challenge her auntie Peas. So her aunt's name is P, and she tries to challenge her aunt's peace traditional Christian views on sex and marriage. And like the original tale, Elvita is a woman who also had five husbands, and with all her five husbands, she tries to gain different kinds of experience, or she tries to talk about range of experience that she had with her five husbands. And she also tries to make us note of that thing also, she had with them pleasant as well as traumatic experiences that she is trying to bring to readers notice. And majority of this particular work is in this whole work she is trying to spend her whole time by talking to the people in the pub. So you can see from here how modern she is, that she loves to talk with people who are who are already present in the pub. And also, like in the Wife of Bath, we see that at the end of that particular pilgrimage, there is a knight, and he assigned a task by an old lady that he has to find that this particular old lady assigned this particular knight a task that he had to find one thing, that and that she gives question that what woman desires most. So this was the question, and knight has to find answer of this particular question. And after knight receive answer of this particular question, which and if this question turns out to be correct, then this old lady turns out to be a beautiful woman. So this was all mentioned here in this Canterbury Tales. But here in this particular work, we see there is a man who is guilty of rape and is brought before the queen, who tries to decrees that his punishment is to go and find what women truly desire. So we can see a similarity in this particular tale as well as in Canterbury Tale, that in that tale, knight was assigned task by an old lady to go and find what woman desires most. And here men again uh, allotted a task, and this particular man was guilty of rape and is brought before the queen, and who declares that his punishment is to go and find what woman truly desires. So here we see similarity between both these tales. And now I am talking about her novels. So she published five novels. First was White Teeth, published in the year 2000. Then The Autograph Men, published in the year 2000. Then On Beauty, 2005. Then NW, published in the year 2012. Then Swing Time, published in the year 2016. Then she published one play during her lifetime, and this particular play was considered her debut play because she wrote this particular play for the first time, that is The Wife of Willisden, published in the year 2021. Then she also published short story collection. First one is Martha and Henwell, published in the year 2005. Then Grand Union, published in the year 2019. Then non-fiction, list of non-fiction published by her. So she published lot many works related to she published lot many non-fictional works, but here I have only mentioned few works, non-fictional works of hers that are considered important from UGC net point of view. First one is Changing My Mind, semicolon occasional essays, published in the year 2009. Then another one is Intimations, published in the year 2020. Then she also received other kinds of achievements. Then first in the year 2002, she was elected as a fellow of the Royal Society of Literature in 2002. Then in the year 2004, Smith named among the top 20 most influential people in British culture. Then in 20 2018 she received National Book Critic Circle Award for Feel Free. So Feel Free is a kind of work that was published by her, and in the year 2020 she received Grand Union name and named as a finalist for the Story Prize. So this particular Grand Union is a short story collection published by Zadie Smith, and after publishing this particular short story collection, she her name appeared as a finalist for Story Prize. And then in the year 2022, she received Grammy Award, then also received Baudelaire Medal, then she was assigned pen as well as audible literary service, and she received Critique Circle Theatre Award for promising playwright. Then here with this particular video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your UGC NET English literature exams.